Welcome back, everyone. Before we wrap up this section on for statements, let's actually look into what we've learned on loops so far, and let's compare the while statement with the for statement. To do so, let's create a new class, and let's call it for while for comparison. And now that we know about encapsulation and generalization, we can afford to write our initial logic inside the main method, and then we will encapsulate it inside other methods. So let's look into basic while statement. We said while statement has to take a value while counter is less than 5, update the counter, and print it out. So we update first, even though it is the last statement in the, you can actually keep this as a first statement. However, practice, experiment it, see what happens when you put it as a first statement. But usually, update statement is the last, and then we print out counter here. Now, when we run this program, it will print out numbers from 0 to 5. Actually, 4, I'm sorry. Right? Because when it gets to 5, this is false. We don't get to print it out. Now, instead, in for statement, we set for int I is equal to 0, I is less than 5, I plus plus, print out I. Now, these two do the same thing. If you print them out, it will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Difference between them, first of all, is the syntax. So while statement will have to check for, if you're checking for a value of a variable, unlike if statement, you cannot declare it inside the while statement and check for it. You have it, the variable has to come from outside. So that's why it is said that while statement is used best when it comes to checking for conditions that are dependent on outside variables. Okay, so while is used when you are not sure about the iterations, but you know what the condition is, and then you can loop the block until the condition is false. So let's add this comment here. While is used best in cases where, actually let's change our commenting style, where where we are not sure about the iterations. So we don't know that counter is going to start from 0 and go until 5. We know that there is a variable called counter, and it starts somewhere. So the value of counter does not depend on us. It can change. We don't know that this is going to be 1, which will give us 4 iterations. This is going to be a -1, which will give us 6 iterations. We don't know that. That's why if you have a value like this, it is actually easier to create a while statement. Check for a condition, so we are not sure about the iterations, but we know the condition. So check for a condition and create your block, execute it accordingly, update your value, and close it. However, if we know the number of iterations, then actually let's change the commenting style again. I'm used to that. Then for statement is best, because look at how we declare our for statement. We declare a local variable and we say start from 0, go until 5. It means we need 5 iterations. We know that we need 5 iterations. Okay, so we need to do certain task 5 times. We need to do this task 6 times, or we need to do this task 10 times. That's when for is the best candidate, because this helps us with keeping our code clean, and its syntax is condensed. Its syntax is easier compared to spread out while syntax. Because here, when you create a for statement, you know that you're gonna first part is going to be declaring the variable, putting your condition, and updating it right on a single line. However, in while statement, even I, in one of our previous videos, almost forgot to update our value. So plus the value is coming from outside. So this can be a little bit of confusing. Commonly, it will be for statement that we will refer to. However, there will be cases where we'll look into while statement. Having said these, besides the syntax and besides like these case scenarios, anything that is written in while can be written in for, and anything that is written in for can be written in while. They are they're exchangeable, they're interchangeable. Okay, so it's a matter of a coding style. Most importantly, it's a matter of the conditions that you are given. Having said all these, I'm going to wrap up this section, and in the next section we will see additional variation of a while loop. Thank you very much for your time. Please keep practicing, keep experimenting, breaking and fixing stuff. It is important. Believe me, breaking and fixing is the best part of learning. Do so, and breaking a code compared to breaking a toy, when that's how we learned when we were kids. We used to break our toys and fix them. So breaking a code is much cheaper than breaking a cheap toy, because code is free. To break it and to rewrite it is free. It just takes time, but it pays back. Thank you again. I will see you in our next videos.